Good morning, everyone. This is Mrs. Abrams sitting on the second floor of her condo. We're doing story hour from here this morning, and I just wanted to show you something really special that I have. It's a giant conch shell, and I keep it up here in my loft so it can be decoration. And I have other shells up in the back of me that you can see, and it's just something nice to look at and to, oh wait, I can hear my voice in here. Pretty cool. Anyhow, it's going to be summer soon, and we're going to be thinking about going to the beach and looking for shells, and I just wanted to share it with you. I'm going to put it down now so we can start our story hour. And I need you to help me sing our favorite song, If You're Happy and You Know It. Let's do it together. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout hooray, hooray. But if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Good job. We're going to start our story hour with a really funny book called How to Babysit a Grandpa. And this is written by Jean Regan. So, have you ever taken care of your grandpa? What would you do with him? Babysitting a grandpa is fun if you know how. When your grandpa rings the doorbell, what should you do? Hide. You might wiggle and want to giggle, but don't yell. Grandpa, not yet. Shh. How to stay quiet. Pretend you're a shark waiting for lunch. Act like a pirate spy. Be as still as a lion statue. As soon as your grandpa says, I give up, pop out and shout, here I am. When your mom and dad leave your grandpa's hand and say, don't worry, they'll always come back, then right away ask him if he's hungry. Snacks for a grandpa. Ice cream topped with cookies. Olives served on fingertips. Anything dipped in ketchup. Cookies topped with ice cream. And there are all the goodies that they're eating together. After snacks, it's time to take your grandpa for a walk. And when it's cold, bundle up. And when it's sunny, sunscreen up, especially the top of his head. Remember to grab his hand when you cross the street and remind him to look both ways. What to do on a walk. Step over the sidewalk cracks. Look for lizards and cool rocks and dandelion puffs. If there's a puddle or a sprinkler, show him what to do. And what are they doing in the puddle? They're jumping. When you're back at home, have him shut his eyes while you get ready, and then how to entertain a grandpa. Somersault across the room and put on a scary play and show off your muscles. You may want to have some extra tricks. Grandpa's always clap for more. Pretty soon he'll want to join the fun, so play with your grandpa too. How to play with a grandpa. March with your drum and give him a kazoo. Build a pirate cave and make sure you can both fit. Watch out for sharks in the water. Don't let your feet touch the floor. When your grandpa says nap time, it's time for his nap. The best way to put him to sleep is to have him read a long book over and over and over and over. Even if you're sleepy too, babysitters have to stay awake. While he naps, draw a picture for his fridge. What to draw for a grandpa? A pirate shark battle. Your favorite dinosaur. You and your grandpa splashing in a puddle. And then, wake up your grandpa. You might want to try lifting him with your muscles or tickling his nose and his toes and singing on top of Old Smoky softly, and then louder and louder. Let's see what happens. Now ask, will Mom and Dad be home soon? Your grandpa will look at the clock and say, yikes, soon, very soon. Good babysitters can't leave messes, so turn on some bouncy music and get to work. You can see everyone putting the toys away. And when you hear your mom and dad, grab your grandpa's hand and pull him behind the couch. Show him how to be quiet. Check how to stay on quiet. And whisper, Grandpa, they always come back. Now comes the hardest part, goodbye time. How to say goodbye to a grandpa. Surprise him with a picture. Give him a hug and a kiss, and a hug and a kiss, and a hug and a kiss, and ask, when can I babysit you again? And that's the end of our story. How to babysit a grandpa. We're going to try a different little hand play today. You have to put your fingers out on your lap, okay? And then you want to put up your first two fingers, okay? So we're going to sing a little song. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Let's try that again. Two little blackbirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack, one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Well, now Mrs. Abrams has another story for you. And this is a very funny book that I like to read to my grandkids. It's called We Don't Eat Our Classmates. And this is by Brian Higgins. What is this, a little monster? I think so. Let's see what he does with his friends in his class. Penelope Rex was nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school. She's a little scared, I think. Let's see what happens to her. There she goes. She's leaving her room. And where are my classmates? What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important. She's worried. She's thinking. Let's turn the page. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna fish sandwiches. That's going to be a big lunch, but Penelope is a little T-Rex. Finally, the big day came. And Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were, what do you think they're going to be? Children! Look at all the kids. They're all in school, and there's Penelope at the door. So she ate them? Because children are delicious? Penelope Rex, said Mrs. Noodleman, we don't eat our classmates. Please spit them out at once. So she did. Here they all are. It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day. She tried hard to make friends at recess. She finger painted some of her best work. She even saved Griffin Emery a seat at lunch. Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends but her. Oh, she's sad. It was very, very lonely. When she got home, her dad asked about her first day of school. I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me. Penelope Rex, her father, asked, did you eat your classmates? Well, maybe sort of, just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat them. You see, Penelope, children are the same as us on the inside, just tastier. That gave Penelope a lot to think about. There she is thinking about all the things that happened the first day of school. And let's see what happens now. The next day, Penelope tried really hard. But poor Penelope, she could not stop herself from eating her classmates. Mrs. Noodleman, Penelope ate all William Automo again, and they were all afraid of her. Now what's going to happen? Except Walter. Walter was a goldfish. Here he is in his fishbowl. So Penelope tried to make friends with him. Will you be my friend, she said. Eee! Cried Penelope. He's eating my finger. Wah! Oh, I guess Penelope wasn't expecting that, was she? Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she lost her appetite for children. There they are, they're all playing together. She stopped eating her classmates, even when C. Woodman spilled barbecue sauce all over herself. And soon Penelope made friends. Found you. Want a brownie? I helped make them. Oh, she's becoming friendly with everybody. That's great. Now, even when children look especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you. Walter's happy in the fishbowl too. And Walter the goldfish stares right back at her and licks his lips. And there they are, the end of the story about Penelope and her experiences the first day of school. This is a funny story. Pretty cover, pretty neat. We Don't Eat Our Classmates. Enjoy that one. Let's do the wheels on the bus, because we haven't done that for a while. We have to imagine we have a bus here. Or I can be sitting in my big chair here, and I can pretend it's a chair or a seat on a bus. And you can do the same thing with your seat. You can make it into a bus seat. So let's do it together. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. And the driver on the bus says, move on back, move on back, move on back. The driver on the bus says, move on back, all through the town. And the money on the bus goes clink, 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 clink. The money on the bus goes clink, 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 all through the town. And the wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, 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 all through the town. And the mummies and daddies on the bus go shh, 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 shh. The mummies and daddies on the bus go shh, 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 all through the town. And the doors on the bus go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The doors on the bus go open and shut, all through the town. We're going to try one more story, if it isn't too long. This is one of my favorite authors, Dr. Seuss. If I Ran the Circus. I think we're going to read part of this story because it is a longish story, but I think you can enjoy the first half of it, and maybe we can read the second half next week. How many of you enjoyed, I guess you probably might never have been to a circus, but you might have seen pictures of circuses. It's pretty amazing what a circus can look like. And this is a great book that Dr. Seuss, If I Ran the Circus, and let's see what happens. In all the whole town, the most wonderful spot is behind Sneelock's store in the big vacant lot. It's just the right spot for my wonderful plan, said young Morris McGurk, if I can clean up the cans. Now, a fellow like me, said young Morris McGurk, could get rid of this junk with a half-hour's work. I could yank up those weeds and chop down the dead tree and haul off those old cars. There are just 2 of them, and then the whole place would be ready, you see. And what do you think he's going to build? All ready to put up the tents for my circus. I think I'll call it the Circus McGurkus. The Circus McGurkus. The Circus McGurkus, the world's greatest show on the face of the earth or wherever you go. Let's see what happens. The Circus McGurkus, the cream of the cream. The Circus McGurkus, the Circus Supreme. The Circus McGurkus, Colossus Stupendous, Astounding, Fantastic, Terrific, Tremendous. I'll bring in my acrobats, jugglers, and clowns from 1,033 faraway towns to the place that you'll see 'em. Ladies and gents, right behind Sneelock's store is the great McGurk Tents. And I don't suppose old Mr. Sneelock will mind when he suddenly has a big circus behind. Circus McGurkus. After all, Mr. Sneelock is one of my friends. He might even help out doing small odds and ends, such as selling balloons and the pink lemonade. I think 500 gallons will be about right. And then I'll be ready for opening night. Welcome! What an opening night, what a night, what a sight! I'll hoist up the curtains, the crowds will crowd in, and my Circus McGurkus will promptly begin with a welcoming toot on my welcoming horn by my horn-tooting apes from the jungles of Bjorn, where the very best horn-tooting apes are still born, 'cause the very fresh air there is fine for their lungs, and some of those fellows have 2 or 3 tongues. I think we are going to stop now because this book is quite long. So I will bring this book back next time, next week, and we can finish reading about Mr. McGurkus, If I Ran a Circus.